Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my art studio. Are you all ready for another paint along? Friend of mine on YouTube, her name's Cindy. She asked for a step-by-step tutorial on this painting. This one is called I Need a Vacation. So I thought we would try it out today. To be quite honest, not 100% on how I did this. I have watched the time-lapse video on YouTube that I made over and over, and I think I've got it. It's hard to reproduce a painting exact, but I think we'll have a pretty good idea by the time we're done of how to paint this thing. So why don't you grab your paints, an easel, a canvas, some brushes, most importantly, something to drink, and watch your easel a little bit, and come on up and let's see how to paint this thing. All right, let's do it. Okay, here we are at the easel. What do we have? We have a 10 by 20 canvas that I have primed with 2 coats of white gesso. I sanded between the coats, and it's a nice smooth surface. I have my horizon marked out with this piece of tape here, and that's where our sky will end, or our sea will begin. The paints that I'm using, as I normally do, I'm using the Winsor Artisan water mixable oils. This painting will work just fine with traditional oils. Yeah, no big deal. Just use paint thinners instead of water. Just like traditionally, right? So what colors do we have here today? Well, we have titanium white, cad yellow, cad orange, cad red, alizarin crimson, phthalo blue, burnt umber, and a little bit of burnt sienna. I may not use that. I'm not sure. I did not use it in the original painting. And this painting, it's going to be similar. It'll show you the techniques that I used, but quite honestly, it's not going to be exactly the same. I've watched the time lapse over and over, trying to remember, how did I paint this? So I'm just going to do my best, right? I mean, what can you do? So it's going to be similar. I'm going to use the same techniques. It's not going to be the same painting. So that's what we have. But as important than all the rest, and more important than some, we have our drink. I have my coffee, and when my coffee is gone, which I don't know, I may or may not. I like to alternate between hot and cold anyways. I have some iced tea. So, hey, whether you like coffee in the morning or tea in the morning, I got you covered. Both ways, right? Coffee. All right. So, first things first, I am going to use some water mixable linseed oil as a clear medium. I'm just going to put some on a paper towel, and I'm going to come up here and just got a little bit of paint up there from the last painting I did. That's all right. That's okay. It'll go away. Get a clean spot here on the paper towel. Dip it in. Good grief, where'd that come from? I really thought I wiped down that easel before I put stuff up. I guess maybe I forgot to. I thought I did. I don't know. You know, they say as you age, the 2 things that go on you first. The first one's your memory. And I can't remember what the second one is. Excuse me. That was a joke my grandpa used to tell. My grandpa Manus. He was a preacher. He was a preacher man. Okay, there's that. Now let's come down. I'll put some down here on the bottom. Now you don't want to have too much oil. I mean, if you see that it looks like it's pooling or anything, take you a clean paper towel and just wipe off the excess. Because you just want a very, 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 did I say very, very thin coat. And all that's going to do is going to help you move that paint around. It's going to help it to blend. Now, when I pull the tape, I'll take a paper towel and I'll put some oil underneath there. But for now, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So, let's go ahead and grab, what do I have here? A number 8 flat brush. I'm going to dip it in some oil. There we go. I just dipped it in my oil. Got the bristles nice and wet, and then I am just going to dab it off. Just dab it off. Okay. Now I'm going to take some Cad Yellow, and I'm going to add some Cad Orange to it. There we go. You know what? I see a little excess oil here. I really don't want that, because it's like I say all the time, if you have too much oil on your canvas, you will notice that your painting begins to slide. Yes, yes it do. All right, so that light source in the original was right about this area, so I'm going to start off there. And I'm just putting a very, very thin coat on. In fact, I'm actually wiping my brush out just to get the some of that paint out, because I got plenty of paint here on the canvas already. I just want a super, super thin coat. I just want to take it out until it just basically fades away to nothing, you know? I mean, you'll still see the tint. Of course you will against this white, but I just want to take it on out. All right. That's cool. I like that. Okay. Now, I'm just going to take some more orange. More of that Cad Orange. I'm going to go right into that little puddle, and I'm going to, maybe go right about here. There we go. And then I'm going to take it on out. Just kind of fade it on out there. Go. Now I'm going to wipe my brush completely out. I mean, as I'm doing it, I'm getting very, very little color on my paper towel. I'm just going to take it to there. And right here where the two come together, I'm just going to blend it together. Just blend that together. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Now I'm going to take a touch of Cad Red. I'm going to add to this. And maybe a little drop of oil just on the corner of my brush there. A little more Cad Red. And maybe we'll go right about about here. And we're just, as you can see, I'm just kind of doing like a little X pattern. No real rhyme or reason, just I'm just kind of putting the color where I think it should go, just kind of like a half moon around the other color. And if they touch, that's fine. It's really not a big deal. Because they're going to blend together. Now, you would not want to take your darker colors out here and blend them directly in with this color out here. It's gonna make browns and greens and stuff that you don't really want. A little more red in that. There we go. Okay. But by the time I get over here to my darker color on the corners, I will have transitioned out of that color into a color that will blend with that darker color very nicely. Okay, now I'm going to take a touch of crimson. I'll mix in with that. Some more crimson there. Maybe a touch of oil right on the corner of the brush. More crimson, some red, some orange. There we go. And then my shoulder, I said it in the last tutorial. Woo! Yeah, the old shoulder. Just wiping everything out of that brush. I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to start blending these together again. Just where they come together, just want to blend it out. Because when we're done, we don't really want to be able to tell where one color ends and the other begins, because they are so blended at that point. And this is just a first blend. I'm actually going to be using a soft brush to blend this even further at a later point. There we are. Now we're just going to go with some straight alizarin. Just some alizarin crimson on its own. There we are. Getting there. And now what we will do is we'll take some crimson and I'm going to add a touch of blue to that, a touch of phthalo blue. I still want this on the red side. There we go. Just going to fill that in. I'm going to once again get a little drop of oil. I'm going to mix a little more here. Some crimson, a touch of that blue, Is that the same? Pretty close. Pretty close. Close enough for me. Now, I add a little more blue, just a little more blue. Change the flavor just a bit. All right. Now let's blend all this with our 1-inch brush. Okay. Now, I don't know about you. My shoulder needs a little bit of a break here for a second. So I think now would be a good time to take you a sip of your beverage and just sit back and take a look at it. And see if there's other things you want to do. And there is for me. I want to add some more paint over here. This is looking a little, I mean, I know these are, I'm out here, these are transparent colors, but there's still just a little too transparent. I'm not going to make them less transparent, but by adding more color over there, and kind of darken it up just a bit. So then in this area, I think I want to lighten it just slightly, just right in here, so I can kind of get that aura that's around the sun. And we'll put us a little sun right here. The original had clouds, so we will probably do us some clouds here too. Yeah. I think we're getting there. I think we're on the right track. I also think I'm on the right track with my coffee. I like flavored coffee. What can I say? And I just recently started using one of those Keurigs. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I'm sorry. But I just recently started using one, and I got one of those refillable pods and started using that Cafe Bustelo. Excuse me, in those refillable pods. So I do that and do a medium shot for that coffee, and then I do a small shot of hot chocolate in it, and then some hazelnut creamer. Yeah, so I have chocolate hazelnut mocha basically. It's pretty freaking good, is all I got to say. Don't get me wrong, every now and again I like just straight regular old coffee, but yeah, I do like my flavored coffees. I'm going to put some more paint over here. So that was Alizarin Crimson with a touch of blue. More. Okay, a touch of oil. You know, with these colors, Phthalo Blue and Alizarin Crimson, I mean, as long as you're not mixing, you know, your yellows in with your purples, you know, so anything that has blue in it, it's hard to go wrong with these colors. I mean, really, it is. They work so well together. Now, I'm going to take this color here. Now, it had a little, this has a little more blue in it. Actually, you know what? Let's mix up a little bit more of that. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Okay, just blend all that out. There we go. And you know, I have lighter and darker areas there in the sky. I'm actually okay with that. I think maybe I'll even, I don't know, let's take some Phthalo Red. Oh, Phthalo. Good grief. Where's my head? I blame it on lack of sleep. Let's take some Cad Red and just add some here and there. And now, right now, I don't remember doing this in the other painting. This is just something that, like, hey, let's try this. I just felt it in the moment. What can I say? That's how I paint, in the moment, from the heart. Dale Cullen Art, paintings from the heart, right? Now I'm just going to blend this Cad Red. I don't want it all to go away. I still want you to be able to see a hint of it in the sky there. And I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I can see a hint of it in the sky. Okay, cool. And when we get down to the end and actually take a still photo and put it at the end of the video, you'll be able to see some, probably. Unless I cover it up with clouds, which that's a possibility. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to get a different brush. And just wash it out there, make sure there's nothing in it. There we are. Grab a paper towel. Dry it out. There we go. I need to build something underneath this tray that's here, a paper towel holder. I need to install one or something there. Okay, now I wanted to lighten this up just a little bit in that area. I'm gonna start here with some just Cad Yellow, and I'm gonna take a touch of white in with that. Okay, and we're going to go right here. Maybe a touch more white. Because right now, I want to get that kind of glow around the sun. Okay, do a little bit more. I even take even more white. You know, you got to just keep playing with this until you get it where you want it. I want this pretty light right here. Dang it. I'm not really used to working on such a small palette, and quite honestly, I don't have a palette that's 10 inches tall to match this canvas, so I can put it on there. This is a 10 by 10 canvas I just happen to have. I don't really even paint 10 by 10s. I think I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace during lockdowns. Porch pickup, and it was in my neighborhood. Someone was selling them. I don't know. I don't know, like 20 or 30 canvases for like 10 bucks. I mean, like I said, I don't really paint them. I've painted a few things, but I don't really paint those. But sure did come in handy today, didn't it? Okay, there we go. Now I got that bright spot. I'm just going to kind of feather that out. In a clockwork pattern. If anybody is watching, you younger ladies and gentlemen, clockwork. An analog clock, not digital. I know, I'm just messing. Let's see. I don't know. This is just a clean, dry brush. Let me see. I didn't, some of this stuff I'm doing, I didn't do in the original painting. It's just, as I'm going along, I just flying by the seat of my pants. Like I said, it's not going to be an exact duplicate anyway, so as I'm rolling along, it's like, let me try this. Let me try this. So, okay. Now, I'm going to take a very soft blender brush, which is actually a makeup brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. Blend it on out. Now I'm going to go over this whole sky, but I want to go in the same order, I guess you would say, that I put the paint on. Starting from my lightest and working my way out to the darkest. So we shall do that. Just blending it, blending it, blending it. The whole kit and the caboodle. Blending it all. Okay. All right. The whole thing. Can't believe I ate the whole thing. Okay. I'm just gonna wipe out that blender a little bit here. Now, I will say that it's darker over here than the original. But, you know, you can take these oranges and stuff on out, which that's what I did on the original. Those oranges and yellows go further out over here on the horizon. And you can do that, and you'll have a bit more oranges and so forth in it. Now, I could just take a paper towel and wipe that off and take some of that way, but I kind of like what I got here, quite honestly. I think I'm just going to leave it. It's a little different flavor than the original, but it's still in the same spirit with the same techniques. All right, so now let's put us a sun in. Now I am going to take just some Cad Yellow. I'm going to put it right here, and on the pad of my finger I'm just going to go in a circular motion. I always say it when I do this, as my favorite artist Marion Dutton says, you get your motor running. And I would do it in a British accent, but I can't do a very good British accent, so I'm not going to even attempt it. Okay, now I'm going to take that and come up here, and I am just going to put myself in a little sun there. There we are. Now I need that sun to kind of sit down into the painting. So I'm gonna get another little blender brush, and I'm just super lightly, just blending it, setting it down into the painting. Now I kind of took a little bit of that yellow into my lighter yellow there. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or on the screen. I am just going to shape that back in. Really no big deal. There we go. And while I have this, I think I'm going to blend that out just a little bit more. Still staying in that same pattern. That same clockwork pattern. Okay. See something here I don't like. That would be a hair. There we are. Okay, there we go. Now, reach across here, grab a couple of fan brushes. There we go. Okay, got us a couple fan brushes here. Let's put some clouds in. Now, these clouds, I want them to be even bluer, or have more blue in that purple. So I'm just going to take some more phthalo blue. I'm going to add it to this purple here. A little more until we get the flavor we want. Okay, and I think maybe I'm going to add just a touch of burnt umber to that. Okay, now my philosophy on clouds is there's really no rhyme or reason or pattern to them, because they're clouds. They're going to do what they want. So it's kind of hard to get it wrong. There's a couple of things you want to do. I think the more random the pattern, the better. But I just take the corner of my fan brush and I just make little patterns. I mean, not even patterns, I shouldn't say that. Little designs. Now, this is the edge that you're looking for, this top edge. This down here on the bottom, what usually happens is they flatten out. And so we're just going to fill this in. There we go. Come around there. Boom, 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 boom. Bam. No, it's not finished yet, but give us just a sec. Okay. I'm gonna get some more of that color. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna put us in a cloud right here. I'm just taking the corner of my brush. I'm just spinning little circles. I really am just being kind of haphazard with it, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'm just being kind of haphazard with it all. Maybe it comes out this way. See? You can make your clouds look however you want. That's what I love about painting. It's like, you know what? This is my world. Hey, Bob said it. It's our world, right? This is my world, and I'm digging it, and I'm going to put it in the way that I see it in my mind's eye. Now, maybe out here, we got some little ones that are trailing out here. Maybe there's one right down here on the horizon, cutting right through. You put these wherever you think they should go. Your world. If you think something should go there, then that's exactly where it should go. There we go. You know, you're supposed to have an odd number of items. I've got 4 clouds right now, so I should put a 5th one in. I remember watching one Joy of Painting episode where Bob mentioned that. He said, sometimes I just put, I can't remember exactly how he said it, sometimes I just put an even number of stuff in just to bother him. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I had 5 in the last one. Well, I'll do 5 in this one too. Just thought that was kind of funny. Like funny, haha. Okay, I'll put another one right here. Maybe he goes right there, goes off. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to put that fan brush over there. You go over there. And I'm going to get a 1-inch brush here. I'm going to get our 1-inch brush that we've used for blending. And that's exactly what I'm going to use it for here. I'm going to use the corner, the top corner, maybe sometimes even the bottom corner, but either way, the top or the bottom corner of my brush, and I'm just going to stick it on the canvas, and I'm not even going to lift the bristles. I'm just going to make little circles. Now, I don't want to touch that top edge, although I will here in a little bit, because we need to put some highlights on these things. And you know what? I don't like how that thing goes. I don't like how it just ends there. So maybe we'll just do something like this. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Okay, back to blending. All right, there. We'll just take that one out. Okay, we're going to blend this. All right, I'm going to wipe out my brush. Now these little ones down here, I'm just going to turn my brush flat and go straight across. Same with this one. Okay, we'll come over here, and yeah, like right now I've got the bottom corner going, but I'm doing the same thing. I just put it on the canvas. I don't even lift it. I just spin it in circles, trying to avoid that upper edge. Now I lost a little bit of my sky there, so I'm just going to come back. I'm just going to, with a little soft blender, just going to blend this back on out. Those bristles, those hog bristles, they just kind of wiped out some of my color there. But no big deal. We can make it work. Okay, let's blend this out. Yeah, wiped out a little bit of my color because I went in too heavy-handed. Okay, the soft blender. Very, very lightly. Very, very lightly. Okay. All right, so new fan brush, clean fan brush, new and clean, clean and new. All right, now we're gonna just get some white, some titanium white. Come down here with it. Just gonna load up my fan brush, and now I have the sun here, so we have to decide where that sun is going to hit and what it's going to highlight. Well, I can see right now it's going to hit right here. And it's probably going to go right in here. Might hit a couple spots up here. And by putting in these highlights, it gives your clouds some more depth, some more dimension to them. Now, as you're going, you're going to pick up that dark color. So, go back, wipe out. In fact, I'm going to get a new paper towel. Let's just set those right up there. Okay, so we go back, we wipe out our fan brush. Now, you see there? See that color? I I don't want to take it back up here. So I just wiped it out. I'll grab some more white and bring it on down here. Now this white, this Artisan white, it's not as thick as, like, say, your Winsor Newton Winton or your Gamblin 1980. It's not as thick, and so I'm not really adding any oils to this. But if you need to thin it any, just add just a drop of oil. Now, right here. There we go. And we're going to have some right on top here. We're going to have some right here. Okay. I'm going to wipe this out. And come back, get some more white. Just plain titanium white. And now we're going to be hitting right here. And we'll be hitting underneath here with some light, because the sun's coming this way. And so maybe it's hitting right up in here. Wipe out. Wipe out. Some more white. And like I said, just wherever you think that it's going to touch. We'll be blending this. When I say, well, it touch, I'm talking about wherever you think light's going to touch, coming from the sun here. I think it's going to hit here. Might hit a couple little places over here. We're going to hit right here. And right here. Like I said, wherever you think it's going to hit. Now, I'm just going to wipe out my fan brush. I'm just going to come back over here. Let's see if I can blend it with this. Not too. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. So if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. I get my little blender here. And we'll just blend some of this stuff together. Some of that white into that dark color. Just showing the highlights. Okay. And as you're going, if you think someplace needs a little more white in there, that's fine. No problem. Just grab your fan brush, grab some of that titanium white, and come put it in. And once that's in, grab you your blender. Just blend it in there. I think I need a little more white right up there. Right there. Not a whole bunch, but it's amazing how one little bit of paint can just change things right up. Put it right where you want it. There we go. These just lightly. Very, very lightly. I'm almost just tapping right there on those. Do the same thing over here. Just kind of tap it along. Okay, then we'll come up here and we'll blend. Now take your time, enjoy the process, don't get in a big rush. That's the big thing, you know, you don't have to paint fast. I mean, if you want to, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't feel like you have to, just because Bob did. Believe me, most people cannot paint as fast as Bob. Not as fast as he did. But, he, you know, I said it in the last paint along. He was under a TV time limit. So, I don't think he painted like that all the time, you know? So grant yourself a little bit of grace, take your time, and enjoy yourself. That's what it's all about. I mean, if you're not enjoying yourself, then you need to find something else to do. If you know, and I'm not saying that trying to be mean. It's like I feel like we all have to find that peace, that one thing that we do that we are so passionate about because it brings us so much joy and peace. And for me, it's oil painting. But you know what? It's not for my wife. And that's okay. We each have to find that one thing. So if painting's not doing it for you, it's okay. Find it. Find that one thing. Believe me, you'll be so much happier for it. All right. I think I'm cool with that. Okay, now I have the sky done. I am going to go with the ocean next, and I'm going to make that a part 2. This thing has gone 52 minutes. I'm doing laundry. Let's make a part 2. And we'll finish this baby up. Okay? All right. Well, I will see you on part 2, and I will link it in the description. So, see you in a bit.